Hey there, Aquarius. It's Sony. This is a love reading for Valentine's Day. I'll be asking the tarot cards what your heart wants, why your heart wants it, how your heart can get what it wants, what makes your love so magical, and where to focus your magical Aquarius love. I'll also be ending the reading off with a couple of oracle cards. So, Aquarius, let's find out what your heart wants. We have the Seven of Swords, Four of Wands, Ace of Swords. You have the Knight of Swords, and you have the Ten of Wands. The bottom of the deck, which is the influencing energy or lesson to be learned, is the Eight of Wands here, which is basically having a target and being in progress to get to that target. At this point, I guess the question is whether or not that prior target is still what it is your heart wants. And based on this Seven of Swords card here with the bat kind of hiding in the shadows a bit, it seems that your heart might not even know what it wants. Why your heart wants what it wants is a sense of, with this Four of Wands, wanting to celebrate connections with others, celebrate milestones in, accomplishments in career, education, emotional connections, births, things like that. And how you can get what you want, you have the Ace of Swords here, which kind of indicates having some clarity and a plan of action, a new plan of action. The Knight of Swords is what you have and what makes your love so magical. And that kind of gives a sense of you want to make sure that whoever is getting your heart and your love is worthy of it. And where to focus your magical love, you have the Ten of Wands here. That hair is pretty much, got this entire house or castle weighing on its shoulders. So even though, kind of indicates, even though you have a certain goal, you've set plans and motions to reach that goal, it's kind of calls for reassessment of whether or not that goal is worth pursuing, or if you need to get assistance in carrying whatever load you have there. So I'm going to clarify this Seven of Swords with what your heart wants. You have the Two of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. So the Two of Swords is kind of being unable to make a decision, just maybe even comfortable in not making the decision, feeling comfortable in that kind of sense of need and anxiety associated with not actually making a choice. So it could be that with, your heart doesn't know exactly what it wants. Maybe you did before and you were kind of trusting the wrong person, and basically you're thinking, well, if you pursue anything again, you'll probably make the same choices and end up in the same spot. So that could be just a certain type of negative self-talk that you're having about that. But your heart wants this, or why it wants what it wants, is it wants a sense of home, comfort. Maybe you have there is a certain sense of comfort in disappointment that you have. I'm going to go ahead and further clarify this. King of Pentacles and the Emperor. So with this King of Pentacles and the Emperor, it indicates a really strong personality, possibly a personality in your life, maybe a parent figure. It could be old, like, I want to say people that you've had romances with, the other individual involved. Basically, maybe that is what your sense of home is kind of someone else telling you how to be and what to do. So I guess that would make sense with this Eight of Wands. It's on target to do something, but what that target is might not necessarily be clear to you, Aquarius. So I'm going to further clarify this. You have the Hierophant. So this is a kind of a gatekeeper, someone that is about tradition and kind of doing things in a certain way. It also can be a mentor, but with the King of Pentacles and the Emperor, I'm seeing it more as what your heart wants is based on certain ideas that you've learned about stability, having someone sharing a home with someone else, and what that individual would be like. I'm going to further clarify. You have the Four of Swords here, which is basically needing to take time away from what kind of mental struggles you're going through, withdraw, clear your mind, and kind of recuperate, because the path that you were on, the things that you were thinking about, hoping for, pursuing, you're at the point of mentally exhausted. How you can get what your heart wants, you have this Ace of Swords, which is about having like a new plan of action and clarity. So let me clarify that. Judgment, Three of Wands. So with the Judgment card here, it indicates that you need to take a moment of truth to reflect honestly on your life, your past decisions, recognizing what you agreed to, the responsibilities that you have for where you are right now. Basically, we don't have control over everything, but we have control over recognizing the choices that we made in the situations that were presented at the time, and releasing any type of shame, upset, guilt, so that we can move forward in a way that we want to kind of expand our horizons without anything weighing us down or holding us back. So I'm going to further clarify this. You have the Ace of Pentacles. So basically, I would say, Aquarius, take this time to kind of withdraw, contemplate, clear your mind, get a new plan on, what you want to do. But it seems you need to really reflect on where you've been, and that will allow you to have potential to pursue a new path and manifest the type of things that you want for yourself. What makes your love so magical? You have the Knight of Swords over here, which could be tied up with the Emperor and Hierophant and King of Pentacles. Kind of, there's a certain mindset you have for how your love should be given. So I'm going to clarify that. You have the Justice card. and you have the Five of Wands. So with the Justice card, it's very judicial. It's very cause and effect. And then with the Five of Wands, it is a sense of conflict and competing goals and desires. So here, what makes your love magical, it seems, with the Knight of Swords, at this point, that magic is being directed by a certain kind of fairness, balance. I'm trying to see where the cups are in this spread. And I don't see any. So we will look at where to focus your magical love. It's this Ten of Wands. So this kind of goal where we started off at the beginning, really this reading is kind of saying, take a moment to reflect on whether your initial goals for love, for what your heart wants, is worth pursuing anymore. Because it's really kind of draining. It is draining the true essence of who you are, Aquarius. So let's clarify here. Eight of Cups, Six of Wands. So here the only cups so far are the Eight of Cups, which is basically being able to walk away and leave behind things that no longer serve us, that we might have invested in previously, and moving forward on a new path that might be unknown and unclear, but that you will be able to celebrate your accomplishments because they were your choices based on what you wanted to do. And here we have at the bottom of the clarifying deck the Queen of Swords. So with the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Swords, it is kind of saying, like, when it comes to your heart and your love, what you want, maybe it's a good time now to have a look at that with a balanced heart and a balanced mind, with a focus on, you know, the kind of life that you want for yourself, not based on that's what you know, but because that's after taking some time to reflect, that's what it is that you want. I'm going to pull another card. This is an oracle card to get more information about your magical love. You have proposal here. So if you have been proposed to, if this is kind of you're on your way to matrimony and you're not so sure about that, then that's something to contemplate. But also it could be a proposal of, hey, is what you previously wanted still what you want? Do you want to have a think of that? So that could be the proposal as well. I'm going to pull this last oracle card to see which keeper of the light can help draw more love into your life. You have Green Tara, Supreme Protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation. Trust. So this is about trusting yourself and cutting cords to things that no longer serve your best interest. And that ultimately, when you go through this process of reflection about what you want and walking away and moving forward, to really trust yourself in that process. So I'm hoping this provides some helpful perspective, and we'll see you next time.